Here is the Maserati Grecale Folgore, and I have a very big question to ask all of you. Is this the best electric sport SUV ever? Let's talk about it right now. Now, usually when we think of Maserati, Ferrari, Lamborghini, we think of a price tag of more than 200,000 euros to 400,000 euros or so. But this particular Maserati Grecale Folgore costs 112,000 euros. Ooh, that's impressive, isn't it? But then there's a story behind the Maserati brand. They never really had the same level of status compared to Ferrari and Lamborghini. Maserati was always in a segment between the ultra luxury manufacturers and the premium manufacturers. So when I'm talking about ultra luxury, I'm talking about Ferrari, Royce, Bentley. And when I'm talking about premium manufacturers, I'm talking about the likes of BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. I'd say Maserati has something in common with Porsche, if you know what I'm saying, because they seem to be in between. The Maserati Grecale is based on the same chassis as the Alfa Romeo Stevio and the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Now, it should be noted that this platform is called Giorgio. Not surprisingly, from this angle, it has a lot of resemblance to the Stevio, but then differences emerge when you approach the rear. The rear lights are typical of Maserati, although I keep mistaking it for a Jaguar. So they did a good job differentiating with this particular trim right here, making it look more Maserati-ish. The Maserati signature exhausts, although because this is electric, I believe these are just there for the looks. And then the Maserati Passion, the front design, the aggressive looking grille. I absolutely love it. This particular body paint is called Bianco Astro, and the interior is where the true Italian passion lies, because inside there's no references to Alfa Romeo at all. Instead, it's all Maserati-ish. Now, I absolutely appreciate the presentation. It looks really nice, and the steering wheel is probably one of the best I've ever seen. Start-stop button on the steering wheel, true Italian passion, nothing more I could ask for. And you even get huge driving pallets. Wow, this is amazing. Both front seats are electrically adjustable. Amazing. This is just good. And then obviously for the window buttons, Maserati always has this kind of linear design. Everything's straight, that's good. Now this time, to open the door, you have to push this button. Creative, huh? But then there's also a backup solution, apparently. And I noticed this with Stellantis in general. I also saw this in the Fiat 500. For some reason, there's a latch down there to open the door. Why do you need to have two solutions to open the door? And the rather interesting door handle. So basically, it's like this, and there's a button in there you have to push to open the door. Here is an electric motor that produces 410 horsepower, also known as 557 kilowatts. But it's not all pink roses for the Maserati Grecale. There are some problems I'd like to point out. Polestar and Volvo offer an extra storage solution over here, so I was wondering, why didn't Stellantis do something similar for the Maserati brand? Now over here is the infotainment system of the Maserati Grecale, but another problem I've just noticed is that it has a very Peugeot-ish look to it. It reminds me of what I've seen in the PSA group cars. The quality of the map and everything, it's quite interesting. Now, when it comes to mapping and Stellantis, it's just not on par with what the Volkswagen Group offers or what BMW offers. So there's something about this infotainment system that just doesn't feel on par with what you get in the other two groups I've just mentioned. And over here, you get a detailed climate control. Now, just like what you have in an Audi, it's cool, very nicely detailed. On the bright side, it gets the job done. But on the other hand, I just wish it was more Maserati-ish. The quality of this plastic reminds me of what I saw in the Fiat 500. It's something a bit questionable, especially looking at a price of 112,000 euros. Now for the interior of the Maserati Grecale Folgore, I have to say that it is interesting. It is quite nice. The door is a bit further away from the driver's seat, giving it a food truck effect. And this is a term I use to say when the door is a bit further away from the driver's seat. Although there's electric seating adjustment, excellent. Even get steering adjustment, which is electric. Oh my goodness, had me thinking it was a latch for a second. Unique system, but just something I've get used to. It's a bit slow, but it gets the job done. Okay, that's good. Then another thing, you get storage space right here, but this one is a bit strange because you get this bit of aluminum, which has me thinking it's a button which I have to press for the thing to open, but no, I have to slide it open. USB point in there, okay. decent. Then you get a wireless telephone recharge pad right there. A deep cup holder right here. That's nice. It's pretty good. And you get a central console storage right here. And then a glove box right there, which is quite deep. When it comes to Stellantis cars, they seem to have nice glove boxes. And I've noticed this about the PSA group in particular, Peugeot and Citroën. Now up here, there's a lot of buttons and you get a panoramic sunroof. This is quite nice, although there's no sunglasses holder. What am I supposed to do on a sunny day? Anyways, I like this nice little clock you get right there. That's very nice, very pleasant. And you get a button right here for your transmission. And now over to the back seat of the Maserati Grecale. So one thing I have to say is that my feet room is decent. I really like it. Knee room, acres of space. But just one little remark about the feet room is that on the sides where you have the railing, it eats up the space. And the headroom is good. The headrest is rather squidgy. That's very pleasant. And the headroom is plentiful. Nothing to complain about over there. Now, when it comes to the back seat pockets, it's very firm. But honestly, you're not looking at this car for practicality. You get basic climate controls down here, air vents right here, and you get a nice USB point down there. That's good. Now, armrest right here, fixed size, but it gets the job done. It's just there, open. It would be nicer if it had a bit of a cover on it or something. Right, now it's time to check out the boot space. So first thing I'd like to point out is the flat floor right here and the boot lip. Just in front of the boot lip, there's this bit of rubber right here, which sticks out. It's good, but in long terms, just be careful with it. You don't want to rub the suitcase too much onto it. Otherwise, the body paint doesn't stick out, which is very decent. And then for the rest, you get this latch right here to fold down the rear seats. But and then get a 12-volt socket onto the other side hidden up there. And you get this boot floor, which is not entirely adjustable. And there's some repair kit underneath it. And you get these tether points, which are rather small, but nice quality. The volume is decent, like especially from here towards the back seat, there's a lot of volume. So here's my conclusion of the Maserati Grecale Folgore. Realistically speaking, for a price of 112,000 euros, if you are looking for status, this Maserati Grecale Folgore is for you. The electric car with the most status and a sporty touch to it. But if you were really expecting value for money, I get the feeling that competitors like the Polestar 3 makes more sense, because the Polestar 3 had more space inside, more practicality solutions, and also the front had a frunk to it, a front storage space. But then for the Maserati, it's not all that bad. Actually, it did maintain a lot of Maserati identity. When you sit inside, that's where the magic lies. But when you look at the exterior, it's a bit humble compared to a traditional Maserati like the Quattro Porte. And another thing that bothered me a little bit was the plastic that was prominent towards the rear and at those sides. And then also the infotainment system looked like it came directly from a Peugeot, which is, you know, when you look at this price range and this brand, I expected something more. But then at the end of the day, those infotainment systems, they do get the job done. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.